This is the T-Post. Fast horses, real life, and oversharing like it's our job. That's Peyton.
And that's Jessie. Grab a drink and maybe a helmet. It's going to get bumpy.
We are on episode 9 today. Season 1, episode 9. And today is September 27th, 28th? I don't know. Is it 28th or the 28th? Yeah, September went by really fast. What the heck?
Stupidly fast.
I'm really scared for October. I'm not even gonna lie, because I know it's gonna be so busy.
Yeah, I know.
And it's like 75 degrees or something like that right now. It might be warmer than that.
It's super nice.
I don't even know.
It's very cozy with the sun on my back right now. So I'm wearing my black.
It's almost a little warm for me. I'm not even gonna lie.
Yeah, you are wearing leggings.
I'm not complaining though, because it's gonna get cold anytime. So
yeah, hang on to the warmth while we have it.
It's a good fall day, but like a warm fall day.
I'm a fan of my favorite.
How did your team do?
They won.
They won. Good. Who are they playing?
The Cleveland Browns. They apparently have the best defense in the league, though.
Isn't that who just beat Packers last week? The Browns? I thought they weren't a good team.
They're not, but they have the best defense in the league. So it was a little...
They're making a comeback so far this year, huh? Maybe doing a little bit better.
The Browns?
Yeah.
They have a lot of like rookie players that they just added who seem to be doing really well, but their offense situation is not figured out, so it wasn't very pretty. It wasn't very pretty on our end either, like on the offensive side. So it was a little irritated for a bit there, but it's okay.
There's a bug biting me.
Not shocked.
I don't even watch football, but I have this Packer shirt from when I worked at a bar, and I like the shirt itself.
Yeah, so we're wearing rivalry
attire
today. I like it.
Also Crown Royal, which I don't even drink, but it's fine. Poured a lot of those shots in my brief bartending career.
Yeah, I'm sure.
A lot of Crown
Royal
Apple
for
sure. is a everyone really likes that, but
I don't mind it.
Not me. But
I don't be drinking a lot no more though.
I drank a bottle of wine by myself basically on Friday, and I was hungover yesterday, and I cannot believe that I didn't feel like I was drinking that much, but I just don't drink at all really anymore.
Yeah.
And so it just hit me.
Well, especially wine.
I think that's what it was too. I forget that wine is so potent, but it also tastes so good. And we did the I think it was Stella Rose or something. I don't remember what Kayla had for us, but we did the freezer hack where put it in the freezer for a couple hours.
Did that work?
Yes.
That's
and cool. It was slushy. We should have had more ice in our cup, because my cup, this fucking fly is biting me and it hurts. My cup didn't have as much ice as her cup, so hers got more slushy than mine, but it did work. Yeah. So that was fun. The last time we put wine in a freezer, it exploded because we forgot about it. We forgot about it overnight. She texted me the next day. She goes, "Remember that wine we were gonna have?" And we fell asleep. She goes, "Yeah, it exploded all over my freezer." So she was really paranoid about that, but I'm like, oh, we won't forget this time because we want so badly to try this. Like, we were just gonna chill it. We didn't realize that you could like make slushy with it. It's really fun to watch because it comes out regular and then it hits the ice and it's
that's cool.
Yeah, it turns to slush.
Little science experiment.
Yeah. Found it on TikTok and I sent it to her. She's like, "Do you think we can get it out in time before it explodes?"
Well, it sounds like you succeeded in that, so that's good.
Yeah, it was a good time. Minus the hangover, which I just really wasn't expecting, because I think I'm just old now. 28. I'm going to be 29 soon. And then I'm probably going to croak.
Your 20s will croak. You're not going to croak.
I got one solid decent year left.
Stop. Yeah. I don't think we really have anything for like life updates because we went so long with not recording before last episode. Yeah. So I don't think we really have anything new in there.
Just really underestimated my wine.
Yeah.
On Friday. But other than that, nothing. Nothing exciting, nothing new, nothing whatever.
We're just trying to survive out here, man.
To be honest, yeah.
My first week of first shift wasn't like normal hours. It was like a late start, 9 to 5, and I don't like that because then the sun goes down shortly after I get home.
Yeah.
So I'm like, I want to do 6 to 2, but I don't want to wake up at 4 o'clock in the morning. So that sounds awful.
I understand.
Yeah.
I'm gonna have to get up at like 3:30 tomorrow morning because we were gonna go to the gym. I can only go to the gym 2 days this week with Kayla, which is fine because I only want to go 2 days, but it has to be today or tomorrow and the next day. Because she leaves for a dog show or something on Wednesday and we'll be gone throughout the weekend. I don't know. I'm assuming through the weekend. I don't know if it's Nationals week. I don't know. I don't even know. It might be Nationals, but yeah. So I was gonna pick her up at 5:36, but she has an appointment, so she has to be to work earlier. Appointment for like one of the people at work, whatever. And so yeah, I have to pick her up at 4 a.m.
Oh goodness.
That means I need to get up at 3 actually.
Oh my. Okay, so you have an early bedtime tonight too.
Yeah, as soon as I get home, I'm passing out. I'm gonna do my dishes that I didn't do earlier today, and then I'm gonna pass out.
Not a bad idea.
Get
out of here.
But I love my gym days with Kayla, so it's worth it for me. If I need to take a nap halfway through the day, I can.
Yeah.
But yeah, so I guess we can start with our Betty Bible study.
Absolutely.
As we like to do.
I just let the Holy Spirit open it up for me. So.
Pretty much, yeah.
And we landed on 1 Peter chapter 4. I'm going to boop down to verse 14. If you are insulted because of the name of Christ, you are blessed, for the Spirit of glory and God rests on you. And then I'm going to go down to 4:18 here. And if it is hard for the righteous to be saved, what will become of the ungodly and the sinner? So I just thought it was probably good to go over that because we've been touching on these things, but then after we talk about it, the verse just literally opens up on my lap. So I thought it was very interesting timing. I don't know if there's something that you want to...
I don't know. I'm like marinating in it right now.
Yeah, because we talked about the fact that you're gonna be criticized for being Christian, and that's okay. It's literally written in the Bible that you're going to have to expect it, and just remember, like it says, if it is hard for the righteous to be saved, what will become of the ungodly and the sinner? So I mean, it's in the end, it should be worth it. I would rather follow God my whole life, and if I'm wrong about it in the end, what does it hurt? Versus somebody who chooses to not believe and they're wrong. Well, you know, not that that's what it's all about, but...
And I think my understanding of it, and it could be incorrect, but my understanding of it too is like the people who just have never been shown anything and are oblivious wouldn't be judged as harshly as someone who like knows and completely turns away. So like me or you, we know better, so we should be doing better essentially.
Right.
That's where you're going to get judged more harshly on things because you're actively turning away, not just unaware that there's two different things there, because then you have choices to make versus if you don't know, you don't realize that you're making a choice or not.
Right.
But ultimately, yeah, I this isn't exactly tied in with the verse, but when you said you would rather like live for God, and then if it wasn't true, what you're not losing anything versus the opposite. I think the same way, but then I heard a girl, I think she was on TikTok or something, say something in regards to that, like not that this is what you mean by it, but there's a lot of Christians who only believe in God and like follow God or whatever, follow Jesus, so that they don't go to hell.
Yep.
And that's the only reason. But she's like, do you not realize that because Jesus died on the cross, we have the Holy Spirit, so we actually get to live with him, whereas like the apostles didn't get that. They didn't. Right. Once Jesus died, they didn't. Well, actually, I don't know about that. I don't know if they got the Holy Spirit right away. I guess I would have to look into that.
Yeah.
Because I thought I heard I'm going to have to look into that. But basically, before Jesus, whatever, no one had that. They didn't have that direct tie to God. We do. We actually get to live with a small sliver of what we will get in heaven. And so why would you not want that right now, too?
Exactly.
And it really just makes your life easier. Yes. So this is how I look at it, is like, you're always going to have trials no matter what you believe. Life, sin, it is what it is. I do feel like in some aspects my life got a little crazy the more I like actively tried to follow God versus just like I believed in God. By the way, the devil believes in God too, but he doesn't follow Jesus. So just want to throw that out there. And also the devil believes in you and he hates you, so, and Jesus loves you, so I just have to say that as well. But sorry, I'm doing mental gymnastics again.
That's okay. I feel very zen right now talking about it.
I know, and also the breeze is beautiful right now. But basically, that we get to, because of the Holy Spirit, because Jesus died on the cross for us, as like a little gift that we have is the Holy Spirit. So we get direct contact. We get to, have him help us through our lives. And so as a Christian, when we're actively following Jesus, you can expect to have, I don't want to say necessarily more trials, but maybe like ones that would affect you more, because the devil literally, like, he studies us all, sends his little demons out to do, stuff for him. I guess, I don't know.
Right.
Whatever. And they, there's like demons aside to basically study you, and so they know you better than you probably know yourself, and what triggers you and all the things. And so you'll see when you go from, like, at least this I did, and it seems to be a common theme with other people that I've like listened to talk about this, when you go from just like believing in God to living for God and like following Jesus, you'll get all these like attacks or whatever, because the devil is mad because now you're a threat, which is what we mentioned before. He doesn't want us to live out the will that God has for our lives, and he doesn't want more people to get saved, and he doesn't want any of us to go to heaven, because he's basically just a toddler throwing a tantrum that things didn't work out his way, and he has to live in hell, so he wants to torture everyone else the way really he's tortured in a way. So just like a toddler throwing a tantrum is seriously how I see it. But through that, if you consistently seek God, you get through those things better, and he uses those moments to build you and grow, and you just turn into a better human that, and if you're better, you can help more people. So,
and I feel like you have a lot more of those aha moments. Like, I can look back on things and be like, oh, I see why that didn't work out, or I see how this led to this.
Yeah, I love being able to look back and do that. I do it often, but I'm still struggling with sometimes when I'm in the thick of it and I don't have answers yet, and it's like my flesh basically wants to hurry up and is frustrated, but almost like in my spirit I know it's not time yet for certain things, but then I get frustrated because I'm like, well, I know you're telling me soon on XYZ whatever, but soon is so frustrating. It's something that I struggle with a lot. I don't think I'm alone in it. I don't know, right now I just feel like I struggle with it a lot more maybe than I should. I don't know. I also am in the middle of the struggle, so maybe I'm actually not struggling as bad as I am. I don't know. I just know that when I'm in it, it's really hard for me. But I've been in those moments before when I look back, I'm like, oh my God, thank you. So I had a mentee be this morning, and I'm like, I know you're protecting me from something. I understand, but I don't understand, and I just need to throw a fit about it. Because I've noticed if I don't cry about stuff like that, if I penned it up, I get so irritable and angry, and I store a lot of stress in my hip, and my hip will get more tight, and then I'll be hobbling around my house again because my sciatic nerve is pinched. And I'm sick of dealing with all of that. So I have a lot of mentee bees. I call them mental breakdowns. They're not actually mental breakdowns, but it's more or less just I'm actually letting my emotions be expressed and bringing it to God.
Just kind of purging that energy.
Yeah, but I feel so much better afterwards, and I bring it to God, and I hate being emo cowgirl, but it really is so good for you. At least it's been good for me. So yeah, very important. Yeah. I don't know. I don't think I have anything else on that really at the moment, but basically just expect trials and If you need to throw a fit, bring it to God, and He'll grow you through it. And also, even though it sucks to hear sometimes, like, God's not going to allow it to happen if He's not going to use it for good. So that's always kind of nice to know that, like, basically nothing can touch us without God's permission. As far as like affecting our lives at all. And that also makes me think, like, okay, well, how much is He actually protecting me from if He's allowing something that, even though it might be really frustrating for me, it's not necessarily life or death, and He's protecting me from something so much bigger, I'm sure, you know. So it all works out in the end, but it's okay to be frustrated in the process and just kind of expect it, I guess.
Yeah, absolutely.
So that's all I have to say about that.
I think that's pretty much the that on that.
That is your barrel bio. What? Betty? Bible study. What the fuck? I did this last time too.
The words are just stuck in your mouth.
Which one is this? Okay. So Peyton had a good topic for today. Kind of just like, how do I balance everything that I do, like, as a mom?
Yeah, because I'm not a mama, so I'm curious, because I have a hard enough time, like with my schedule changing with work, and anybody else in the industry who doesn't have a job in the industry, who has like a quote unquote normal job, gets that, like, working many hours a week and then trying to keep up with everything else is, I mean, everybody struggling. Even people not in the industry are struggling with it nowadays.
Oh, yeah.
Like, people are taking PTO just to take a nap. So
literally.
So yeah, I'm just curious how you handle it, being that, like, it feels like you're always working on something.
I have to, though.
Yeah.
Well, my big thing is that helps me. There's a couple things, but time blocking. Actually created a PDF. I just use ChatGPT, so if you want to do that, you can do that too. But I'll see if I can, like, link it somehow.
You can probably throw it in like a Google.
Like a Google. I'll figure out how to share it and we'll link it somewhere.
Yeah, sure, like yeah.
Because I had ChatGPT do it for me, but I have a time block sheet that I do. I print out and I fill it out. And there's like notes at the bottom. It's pretty simple. There's a date. And yeah, I try to time block. I did a little bit of time blocking today for like the next week, but I do it in an erasable pen so that every day, if I need to adjust something as things come up or change, I can move things around. But for me, it helps me stay on task because, and it's probably because I probably have ADHD, my brain, when I finish a task, has a hard time jumping to the next one, and I have a lot of like lag time. But if I have it wrote down, I don't struggle so much because I can just look at my list of like my next thing to do, and then I can cross it off, which is a little bit of a dopamine hit, which is great. And also, I've noticed on the days that I don't write on there, if I do stay on track, I'm drained for like a week because it takes so much mental capacity for me to just, because I'm constantly having to remind myself so I don't forget. I can't do that. I don't have the ability to wear my brain out just trying to remember the things I need to do next, so I have to write it down. I also have a whiteboard, so I time block, but then I have a whiteboard where I just write things, and like, this is probably really extra, but it works for me right now. I write in like different colored markers or whatever, the different things, and I actually will cross them off on there, versus my time block card. And I don't necessarily have time restraints on that. It's just like in bigger letters that it's just easier for me to read of like things I need to do that day. So like I'll put dishes or this leather project or editing pictures or whatever it needs to be done. And then I don't know why it just works for me. It maybe probably won't work for you, I don't know, but yeah, it works for me. And then the other thing is a lot of calendars. I have a calendar for just my leather stuff where I try to put stuff I'm like, I want to get done by date, whatever, which ends up getting moved around a ton because it seems like I always have delays that are unforeseen, of orders that I want to get done by a certain time or whatever. That'll kind of keep me on track so I don't constantly have to look every single day at what needs to get done. It just brings down my day-to-day, scheduling in the morning. If I have to move things around, cool, but I kind of know what needs to get done when, and it just helps me stay on track. Because again, if I have to constantly remember, it's like a loop in my mind and it'll wear me out. So I have a calendar for that, which I also has like a section on the side that I'll put like goals of whatever business wise. That's in my shop. Then I have a calendar in my kitchen by my dining room table area, and that one is like a chalkboard one. The other one's whiteboard, and that one is more of like my appointment one, like so like stuff for the kids if there's school off that day, if I have appointments, if they have appointments, anything like that will go on there, or anything that I just need to look at more day to day that would like mess up my normal working schedule, like my normal whatever. And then I have like a planner as well that I'll write stuff in. I use that more for like longer distance, like if I have when I book a wedding or any photo shoot or appointments that are like months out, I'll write it on there so that when I go to do my calendar for the month, it's already on there. But it also is a planner, so like I can flip through it and like write stuff on there too if I need to, and I use it sometimes as that, but mostly I just use it as a calendar for far out, to plan things that I don't, because my other calendars are just for that month. So if I need to plan things out for like 2 months or 6 months or whatever, some type of an appointment or something I have to go to, I can do that. It sounds chaotic, but it keeps me on track. I do sometimes put appointments in on my phone with alarms, but not often. There's very few things. Those have to be like extra important. I don't know how to explain it. Like,
see, for me, I'm like, I have to, like, writing things down helps.
It does also help every time,
like, actually physically.
And then it's like it feels like it's in my brain, and I remember it without having to repeat it too. So I might have to rewrite some of this stuff a couple times to like cross on different calendars, which probably sounds chaotic, but it helps me. And so I'll do that. Like I'll do it the last day of the month. I'll prep myself for the next month. And it never goes as planned, but it keeps me more on track than if I don't do it. So that's the system I use. There might be a better system, but I haven't found a way yet. But I'm always adjusting and whatever. I will say time blocking. My time blocking thing is, I love it so much.
I need to actually stick with it because it helps, but it's like,
I
don't know. I can't keep up. I can't keep up with planners.
I feel like for me, it does really well if I can go out, do like a week's worth of pages, so like 7 days, and then you do it in erasable, either pencil or ink or something you can erase, or if you just want to cross it out, because there is a decent amount of room. And then every morning you just review it basically, and if something needs to be adjusted, you can adjust. But at least you have like when you wake up in the morning, like for me, I feel like my brain takes a couple hours to like defrost, where it's like before it's like really working, so I can actually start moving and getting things done before my brain's like fully functioning, because otherwise it's like I can't get things done for like 3 hours, it feels like, and I don't have the time to do that. Also, I've been really trying to focus on sleep, because I have not for years, and it's affected my health both like physically and mentally, and also just I feel like my quality of life and how I am as a mom. Like I do so much during the day. If I don't have at least 8 hours of sleep, I can't do it all well.
And there's actual science behind all of
that. I say that as like I still feel guilt of getting normal sleep. Like there's this part of me that I feel lazy for sleeping a normal amount. Because I'm used to running on like 4 or 5 hours of sleep for literally years, but it has affected me so badly.
It's so bad for you.
I think that's actually, between that and like all the other stuff I went through, it was just it really, I think, just completely like messed up my health, like all the way around.
Consistently getting little sleep or really poor quality sleep for long term like that significantly puts you at higher risk for like all cause mortality.
Literally anything.
Literally will kill you eventually. Like stress can kill you. So
no, and it was killing me. Like it literally was. And so that's been a big thing this year, but mostly I would say the last 2 months specifically, I like took myself more seriously, and I've been getting at least 8 hours a night. There was a couple nights, TMI, but I don't really care, right before my period, I'm always so tired. I think that's a common thing. There was a couple nights before this last period that I got that I slept 12 hours.
Yep. And there's science behind us needing more sleep.
And I still woke up, like, I woke up tired but functioning, whereas before I was constantly running in exhaustion all of the time. And I'm already maxing myself out on everything that I do. And the thing is with me, I think about this all the time. I'm like, should I just do less? But every time I think that, there's this voice in my head that is like, I feel like God's not telling me to do less. I feel like he's gifted me in these areas and he's giving me opportunities, and so I'm going to take them and just try my hardest at them. And if I fail, okay, I'm failing forward. And that's really hard for me because I'm realizing I'm a perfectionist. And it's hard for me to fail. For some reason, I'm not that way with horses. I expect to fail. It's so interesting because I'm like a different person when I'm training a horse versus for myself. Like, I need to treat myself like I treat my horses.
Yeah.
Is what I need to do, because I don't give myself enough grace, and the fact of like, you're gonna fail and that's okay. That's how you learn. In my head, I'm like, if it's not perfect the first try, I'm so, no one else will be upset. I'm upset.
Right. Yep, I get that.
And
I've
so
been that way my whole life.
Yes. But with horses, it's so, I just expect them to F up and I just guide them through it. And it's very interesting. This is kind of going on a tangent, but that's fine. I've noticed that, like, when I'm riding my horses, do you see that's like a blue jay?
Yeah, we've had some of those.
Aren't they really mean or something?
They are mean. They'll knock nests out of trees. They'll chase other birds.
Yeah, that's what I thought. They're pretty though. Blue jays and cardinals are pretty. Anyways, so this is kind of going off on a tangent, but it's something that I've noticed lately, that the way that I am with my horses, and my kids too a bit, but like I notice it more with my horses, I guess, because with my kids I correct them and whatever, but I'm not like training them.
Right.
That I'm so much more patient with my horses, and I feel like a lot of things I do with them, I'll have like revelation of like, oh my God, that's what God does. What I'm doing to them, God does to me. Like how I'm molding them, but I'm letting them like kind of learn on their own and then correcting. I don't know if I think that maybe that's a mare thing I've learned. You kind of have to guide them and then let them fuck up, and then let them learn the hard way, and then you guide them back without this big fit. Otherwise, you're going to have a pissing match with them, and sometimes they are going to have a pissing match with you anyway because they're a mare, but you just kind of be boss mare. But but that's just a matter of being herd leader. Or, a horse that has a big ego, it has to be in check enough with where they're safe, But I've noticed that a lot too. Like, I'll be doing something with my horse, and sometimes I even get frustrated with them. And it's like I have revelations a lot riding where I'm like, oh my God, that's like God's trying to mold me, like I'm trying to mold this horse. And when I find myself, the more patient and like graceful, I guess I am with my horse, and like I pray about it and just like I'm calm or whatever, the better they react. Also, like if I'm praying or whatever, if I need to, like if I'm getting really frustrated, and then I find myself having revelations of being like, oh, that's what God would do with me if I'm literally throwing a temper tantrum or whatever. He would handle it how I just handled it versus how I maybe handled it before or whatever. I feel like I just said a jumble of words that don't make sense, but if it does make sense, congratulations. You also do mental gymnastics, and you probably have ADHD. Don't get tested. But yeah, so I don't know. I also have my kids. I share 50-50 custody, so I don't have them all the time, which helps. I notice lately I do a lot of cleaning and working when they're not home. I would like to say I get to do fun things with them, but I'm honestly working so much just to make ends meet that I don't get to do as much fun stuff, but I'm trying to block out time. It's just really hard because I'm literally mom and dad and homekeeper and horse trainer and businesses owner and podcaster. And I love it all, and I plan the best I can, and I'm learning to not get upset when it doesn't happen the way I want it to, and I'm just trying to enjoy. I've really struggled this year with being like getting so frustrated that things aren't going on the timeline that I want on all the things I want to do, then getting so frustrated about it that I'm just like not enjoying it. And so like I'm trying to allow myself to plan and just know the plan's got to be flexible basically. But if I don't plan, it doesn't get done nearly as well. So I'm still kind of in that mode where I'm like, today didn't go as, because I'll get so mad. I'll be like, I didn't get anything done. I did get stuff done today, but in my head, I was not productive because I didn't check everything off my list. And then I'll get upset with myself, and then I wake up pissed off the next day because now I feel like I have to play catch up. And so that's not a good place to be in, because then I just end up not enjoying these things that I'm so blessed to do. But back to what I was saying before, like, I've thought about taking more off my plate, but every time I pray about it, I don't feel like I'm supposed to. I think God's just teaching me how to juggle it all, I guess, or I don't know exactly what he's trying to do, but I just come back to this thought of, I'm blessed to have these skills and people wanting me to do these things for them and paying me to do it. So I just have to keep trying. And so until he tells me not to do something anymore, I'm just going to keep doing it because I do enjoy doing it. I'm not sure how to balance the stress of it sometimes, but I'm trying to also not let the stress of deadlines and life just lifing ruin the fact that I'm lucky enough to do what I do. And I also am trying to remember that even though I'm not doing as well as I'd like to, like financially with these things, I'm doing better than I have before.
And that can be really hard to see sometimes while you're going through it. Well, it could be like it was back that whatever year, during
even
this
last
time.
year. So, and I've tried working regular jobs, but it just doesn't work because I don't have family that can take my kids. Daycare for one kid to go part-time was costing me $800 a month. So if I would have had two kids going, it would have been $1,600. And at the time, the jobs that I was working, I was bringing home $2,200. So tell me how I'm supposed to pay rent for food and everything else. But I was making too much at that time to get any type of like state assistance besides they covered the kids for insurance. But other than that, so I'm like, you literally can't do it. And so unless you're getting maybe child support, which I don't currently get, because I didn't want to deal with that. I'm actually in a legal battle with it now, though, because there's just been a bunch of stuff going on, and I'm like, I can't afford to basically make up for your mistakes. So if you're not gonna like be reasonable and we can't have conversations, I'm gonna have to like ask for child support, which child support has been telling me to go after him for child support for like 3 years now, and I just didn't want to deal with it because I knew that it was gonna be a fight. But so, but we had court, and then he pushed it off, and then we went to have court again and pushed it off again, and now we have court in like the beginning of November. So even if I do get child support, it's not going to be for a little bit yet, but which I hope I get it just because it will help with some things.
Because then it would help with the kids' needs, so you can worry more.
The big thing is like food and clothes. For them, they grow so fast, and I'm trying to get them in sports and all the other things, and obviously that adds into it too. And I want to be able to do more fun things for them, so that's what it's going to cover. It's not really going to cover my bills. It's going to cover
the other things so that I
can, because like we're living right now, but I would like to have them have the opportunity to enjoy life a little bit more, and I just can't do that for them right now. It's just not in the cards. Like I can't. But if we were able to if I had a little bit more income or something, I'd have the opportunity to take more breaks and do things with them and whatever. But it is really hard because there's this catch-22 of like, my kids see me home all the time, and like Colt wants me to play with him, but I have to like get stuff done. And I have these conversations with them of like, and I'm trying to block out time where I can, but they're also kids, so they don't realize like whatever. But I try to explain to them like, it's really awesome that I'm home and I get to be with you, and you don't have to go to daycare and all these other things. But the flip side of that is I have to work a lot because it's just me, There's not two people here where one person can work more and the other person can stay home and take care of that stuff, or flip off, one person's home at this time, the other person's home at that time. And they're young. They're only, Colt will be 6 in November, but Charlie turned 8 in June, so they're still young, but they seem to get it. But whatever. But it's hard. I get frustrated of like wishing. I think everyone has mom guilt as a mom, but I feel guilty that I'm not doing enough. And I struggle with guilt and everything because I feel like no matter what direction I'm getting pulled, I'll be doing really well in one aspect, and then I feel like I'm failing at everything else. And it's really hard for me to not get really upset about that, I guess. But that's when I go back to like, okay, God, if you don't want me to do all this, then show me what you need me to take away. And so far he has not said anything. That doesn't mean that's not going to change literally tonight or tomorrow or something like that. But everything I'm doing, I feel like God's calling me to do it. And until he tells me not to stop, I'm just going to keep struggling through it. And not that I'm not enjoying these things, it's just hard for me to like, maybe that's the perfectionist of me. I just want everything that I do to be so perfect.
Yeah.
Not because like it's about me, but I just want to make the people that are paying for, like pictures or leather stuff or whatever it might be, like I just want them to be like really happy with what they did and it to be my best job. So when it's not getting, not that it's not my best job, but it's maybe not getting done as fast as I'd like to and being my best job, I get really frustrated with myself. But I'm trying every single day. I'm trying, and that's all I can do, I guess.
Yeah. It comes down to it.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
But I am trying to block out time with my kids because like they're already growing up so fast, and I do not want to be that parent that looks back and thinks, where did time go? I didn't even get to enjoy my kids being kids, and I wasn't present enough. And so yeah, I'm in that phase where I'm like, I can't let these times ruin me and completely get a hold of me where I can't enjoy my kids and they get to enjoy me, and we actually just get to be, even though it's not the way I want it to be, if that makes sense.
Yeah. And I think like when they look back, they'll still be grateful for the fact that you are home with them.
I'm hoping, because I still get to hang out with them. Yeah. Like when we FaceTime, you see all the time the kids are like, can I have a hug? Can I have a hug? Can I hang out? And I'll take time to do that. So because I don't want to be that mom. Every once in a while I'm like, okay, I have to work, but I don't want them to not feel loved or important or like cared about. I don't want them to feel neglected because I'm home but I have to work either, you know. And I'm not saying that they don't sometimes, but it's conscious and in my brain, and I'm trying to make sure that above everything, you know, I'm really trying hard to do all the things and pay the bills and get things done and make sure that my kids see the best of me that they can and they get what they need from me. But I'm not saying it happens every single time, but I try to be conscious of it.
Yeah.
And it's a lot to juggle, and through all of that, I'm trying not to be upset with myself when it doesn't happen all that way.
Yeah, you have to give yourself a lot more grace than what you probably like naturally feel like you should.
Yeah, I actually had several people tell me this year I need to allow myself to take more breaks and also give myself more grace. And I feel like I've accepted it at certain levels, and then all of a sudden I'll get to another point and I have to accept it as another level of like, oh, I need to give myself even more grace. But it's been really interesting. I don't know what just flew at me, but
all these bugs.
It came at me really fast.
Oh no.
Yeah. So I don't know, but I really struggle with not being like, oh, I'm being lazy then. Because that's what goes through my mind was,
Me too.
You're being lazy. You're being lazy. You're ungrateful. And I think to an extent that's a really great thought to have to keep you from being lazy and ungrateful, but it can also hinder you being able to rest enough so that you can do what you need to do. So yeah, that's a lot. So basically my answer is I don't know. I will put up the time block thing that I just had Chat GPT make. If you want to use it, you can, or you can just ask Chat yourself. It can make you documents. I'm sure there's other people that have them, but I'll link it just in case you want to grab mine. And you can print it off, and if it helps you, awesome. If anything I said helps you, awesome. But also, if you have any tips or tricks that I haven't said, please post them, comment, whatever, because I'm always willing to try to streamline things in my life to make things more efficient. I do a lot of multitasking too, but
which is never as efficient as we want it to be.
Dude, I actually multitask really well. I will give myself that. I've been very good at multitasking. However, I burn out.
Yep.
That's the thing. I multitask really well. I've learned to multitask. Like I impress myself sometimes with my multitasking, where things are getting done and they're actually getting done well, and I'm multitasking, and I love that. But it will burn me out really fast because of the mental capacity.
It takes a lot of mental energy.
I might be able to like say tomorrow I'll be rested up and I'll multitask, and then maybe the rest of the week I'm like, my brain is shit because I just overdid it on Monday.
Yep. Been there.
So
and I ain't even a mama.
No, but you know, if you're a person who's just like wants to just do their best at life and grow as a person in general, no matter what you're chasing after, goals or whatever, you know, like for you it's horses and stuff like that, but other people might be something else. I think that everyone, if you're doing it at a level of like wanting to be better at it, I think that you're gonna struggle with like the same things that I struggle with.
Yeah.
Just the concept of like the perfectionism and wanting to be good and then getting frustrated when it doesn't go the way you want and then just trying again. I know Fallon Taylor has said it, but I'm sure someone else has said it too, but failing forward, just constantly failing forward. And I'm trying to remind myself of that, to give myself grace, because it's like, that's just the only way to do it, but it's still hard.
Yeah.
Very so hard. It's hard, for me, it's hard to give myself grace, so I don't know. I should probably be medicated, but I also don't want to be medicated at the same time. I don't know.
Then it's another thing to juggle.
I know, that's the other thing. I'm like, I don't know. So we'll see. I don't know. But yeah, if you have tips or tricks, things that help you kind of juggle all the things. Oh, I totally wrote this upside down.
I might have too.
That's so funny. I've been holding it upside down this entire time. Oh, that is hilarious. Did you?
Yeah.
Oh,
couple of silly geese over here.
Silly geeses.
Silly gooses.
I think that's it though. I just try and I fail and I cry and I bring it to God, and then
I think it's a good thing to talk about though, especially for, I've noticed a lot of people who are either starting families or you know, have had kids and have been trying to get into horses or whatever the situation may be, and it's like actually super duper common. Yeah.
If you have help, I think it helps, but then there's always this mom guilt of like, okay, let's say like you have someone to like watch your kids while you ride or go to a race or something, or even like I've seen people, they are so involved, they'll come with you to the race and they'll hang out with your kids and it'll be a whole thing, which is awesome. It's amazing if you have that type of support. But I know that you're gonna still have mom guilt of like, I'm on my horse but I should be with my kid, and I don't know, I think that no matter what you do, you're going to have mom guilt that you're not doing enough. And I think that in that aspect, for me, I have to sometimes take a step back and be like, I'm also okay. Like, I need to live too. You know, there's a balance of like not being too selfish so your kids don't have experiences. But if you're not doing stuff that fulfills you and fills your cup, you have nothing to give from, and they're not even getting the best version of yourself. And also, I know that there's studies on this. I don't know where they did it, but I know that there's studies based on kids need to see first of all, healthy relationship between their parents. So you're better off being not together or divorced than you are together if the relationship isn't healthy, because the kids will fall into something similar. There's that, but then also kids need to see their mom happy.
Yep.
Not happy like running, like not taking care of their kids, but it's really good for kids to see their mom happy. And that really hit me this year of like, one, if you're a happy mom, you're going to be a better mom. And I've noticed that with like people that I've been around their moms and stuff too, like the happier their mom is and like less stressed and drained, she's able to give more. But that just goes with like filling your cup. If you can fill your cup, you can give so much more, and it comes freely instead of feeling like it's draining. So when it comes to the mom guilt of like doing something that fills your cup, I think that obviously there has to be a balance, but try to kind of think of it that way, that if you don't have some type of joy in your life that way, you're not able to even be a mom that you would want to be, to be the type of mom you'd want to be for your kids. And I think that it's cool for kids to see a mom being a badass too.
Yeah.
Like, there's been a couple of times where my kids get to watch me run at races or rodeos or whatever, and like they'll be cheering for me, and I might be not doing great, but they think it's the coolest thing, you know.
And it's the cutest thing.
Oh my god, it's my favorite thing.
Oh my gosh.
Go mom!
I love it.
So yeah, like I said, there's a balance, but don't forget that you get to actually enjoy your life too, you know.
And it one of my favorite quotes is, it's their first time living, but it's also your first time living.
Yeah, so I think that's good to keep in mind, and I know that I'm a better mom when I'm happier and I'm less stressed. And that maybe sounds like, okay, well, how do you do that? I don't know, really. I just told you everything I try to balance, but God is the only reason I function differently, because before God I was constantly so like snippy with like people because I was just so overwhelmed. Like if there was other things going on, like things that maybe I could just be like, hey, what's up? I'd be like, because I was so just like overstimulated all the time. But with God and him showing me kind of how to like take a break and like be with him, and has helped me a ton personally. So
yeah, there's times where he's going to tell you to get up, and there's other times where he's going to tell you to be still.
Yeah, there's been a lot of times the past like 4 years of him telling me to be still, and it's so hard for me still to this day. I mean, it's maybe less hard than it used to be, but when he's telling me to be still, I really struggle with this thought of like, oh, you're being lazy then. So, but I will say this, that there's never been a time that I've given something to God, whether it's something I'm frustrated about or asking for guidance or just spending time with him or whatever it is, that I've regretted. I've never regretted giving time to God or asking him or giving something to him to figure out like an emotion or a situation, or I've never ever regretted giving something to him. I've regretted not giving things to him sooner, but I've never regretted spending time with him. So, and even if it doesn't happen right away or it doesn't work out the way I want to, I still will get like an understanding and a peace about it, and maybe a different perspective that helps me go a different direction and pivot if needed, that I maybe wouldn't have got if I didn't go to him. And it saves a lot of frustration, I feel like. So highly recommend. 10 out of 10 recommend Jesus.
Yeah, I love that.
Good reviews. I would say probably more than 10 out of 10, 100 out of 10. Whatever the max scale
he broke
is.
The scale.
Yeah. Yeah, but there's never been a time where I've regretted it. There's been times I've regretted not bringing it to him sooner.
Yep.
A lot.
Yeah.
I had a moment like last week where I was like, why didn't I just, I'm sitting here so frustrated all day long. Why am I? And I'm like, I felt like I was thinking about it in my head, but I wasn't actively like, because I do a lot of like talking to him in my head. I wasn't actively being like, God, what's going on? I was just like talking to myself. And so like I knew he heard me, but I wasn't giving it to him. And as soon as I literally was like, okay, God, like as I'm having a mental breakdown basically, what do you want? And then I don't even really think I got an answer right away. I just think I got peace. And honestly, that's good enough for me in the moment. I don't even remember what it was about. I'm sure it already is solved by now. It was something probably super minor, but because I was trying to figure out in my own way, I was frustrated instead of just being like, God, I don't know what to do. And so give it to God. And I don't know. I think it's probably okay if we have temper tantrums. Because I do it a lot.
Yeah. Then he shows us and it's like, oh,
sorry.
Oopsie.
I just know he's up there laughing at me, being like, are you seriously crying about this?
He has a sense of humor, which I think is the best. That's
oh my God, I love it.
Best.
I love the sense of humor. I see it every once in a while. I don't have any like direct examples of other than your Hitch situation you talked about, but like I know he has a sense of humor, and I just think it's so funny because sometimes I feel like I can see him like laughing at me. Like I can visualize him like being like, girl. And then I'm like, I know. If I were you, I'd be clacking me upside the head. So I don't know. I think that's it for this podcast. Unless you have anything else to add.
No, I think that's it for episode 9.
Yeah,
I think it's a good one.
But we've also been really bad about doing emojis.
And since this is a mom-centered episode, we'll do the pregnant lady emoji. Yeah. Yeah, I was having a brain fart for a second.
Yeah. Yeah, so if you watched the whole way through, congratulations. High five.
You.
Put an emoji.
Gotta comment the
pregnant lady. Pregnant lady emoji. And also, again, I'm going to link my time blocking thing. You don't have to use it, but if you want to, or make it your own, feel free.
I think it's good to just have it there. If it's there and it's available to you and you might use it, then that's pretty cool.
And if you have any other tips of how you can kind of streamline your life and make things less stressful, please send them my way because I'm all for it. All right, well, I keep wanting to say, you know what they say. We really need a leaving the phrase. I don't know. What could we even do? I don't know. We'll think about it. But anyway, here's all we got for you.
Have a good week.
Or don't, but we would recommend having a good one.
Absolutely.